Well, do you know, Richard, there's a secret in Oxford, and it's a secret that more and more people are getting to be aware of, and that's that Oxford businesses are happy to share their experiences, their knowledge, their specialisms with their fellow business people to help them grow. Because I think increasingly, people in Oxford are aware that we're one economy, and our futures, our fortunes are intertwined. And so business people are thinking about the ways they could help others through innovation events like we run in the big gig events, or through working in groups like Reciprocate, where they work on community projects together. And that feeling of being part of a strong business community not only helps you in being able to find business leads and new opportunities and new ways to do business, but also in the kind of social and emotional sides of business, when sometimes you just need a friend to talk to who really understand. And I think that's a very powerful aspect of what we have in Oxford. Well, when Unipart first started as an independent company at the management buyout in 1987, one of the things that the leadership team, and in fact the current chairman, John Neal, spoke about at that buyout was the idea of a stakeholder relationship, that people were not just shareholders. It wasn't about a financial engagement alone, but it was about people who had a long-term shared destiny. We recognize that with our employees, we recognize that with our customers, and we recognize that with the communities in which we do business. And I think that philosophy, which probably wasn't unique to Unipart, but was certainly a very strong platform from which Unipart started, shaped the way this company thought and shaped the way we formed relationships with other organizations. It's been very powerful. I think it's becoming increasingly well known. I think companies who are engaging with others are seeing the real benefit of being part of strong and thoughtful networks. Networks that are not just about people sharing business cards, but developing real relationships and working together on important projects. And I think that's becoming ever more important as you look at the environment in which people are doing business. People talk about it as being volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And indeed it is. And so companies more and more are sharing their experience in a way of puzzling out a way through this difficult business environment and working together in some cases to come up with unique, new, and interesting value propositions for their customers. I think there's something about safety in numbers, but it's also about the ability to share experience, share knowledge, and to work things out together. I think it's about the way people look at the future and what the future will mean. We've seen that there's been an enormous interest in emerging technologies and how technologies will affect every aspect of what we do. Things like big data, artificial intelligence, areas like robotics. Some people say these will lose jobs. Machines will replace people. But others are very clear that these technologies are not about replacing jobs, but about creating new types of jobs in the future, new opportunities, and exciting new ways to create value for customers. As the companies we have in Oxford work closer together and begin to share their strengths, and in some cases their expertise in some of these technologies, we can see the emergence of a powerful hub of companies that could provide new and interesting ideas, not just on a UK stage, but on a global stage. And that would really make Oxford a very, very interesting place in which to do business. I think Oxford has a wide range of unique attributes which make it special. We have great universities, we have tremendous history, we have some of the most interesting startup opportunities in the country. And we have a great buoyant economy. But it also has some inhibitors. We have serious problems that we have not been able to crack as a community. We all talk about them regularly. Traffic, congestion, housing. But one of the worst problems I think we have are the pockets of deprivation that exist in a thriving and profitable city. We have pockets in which people have low aspirations, in which people struggle to see their way day to day. And it is really the responsibility of all of us to think about how we bridge the gap between the very successful and the very exciting parts of Oxford, and the things that need attention, the areas that are wicked problems, that need great minds put to them. Some of those minds are today in local businesses, people who could share their experiences, share their knowledge, and really provide insight that perhaps doesn't exist anywhere else, because they travel the world, they have great customers, and they learn all the time. We need to harness that power to make this a truly unique and exciting city, and to continue the sort of history that we've had of being very, very successful. I think someone once told me, the best people to get to solve difficult problems are busy people, because they find ways to make the time. And I think more and more my colleagues, people in business locally, and I associate with many, many businesses, are thinking it is their role to do this. It is important to put something back, to be part of a social infrastructure, because they recognize the importance of Oxford as part of their business and of being part of a bigger Oxfordshire community. And I think they recognize the relevance of taking some actions about some big social problems, not just to their businesses in terms of their brand and their reputation, but to the future of their companies. They recognize what Unipart recognized way back in 1987, that communities are critically important. They're the places in which our people live. They're the places in which we do business. And the success of our communities will be critically important to all of our businesses. I think business people are smart and are getting more involved and will become more involved.